What's up, everybody? Clinton Fauché here, and
I'm Albert Chavez.
And this is Front Porch Chronicles, and we got a special edition tonight.
UFC 300. It's going to be what's known as the fight of the century.
Ooh, this 299 was epic. Now we got 300. It's going down.
I'm excited to see what they do. They're going to have amazing stat card, what all the pre-adventures and stuff like that. Maybe they can add some fireworks.
There's not one, not two, but three title fights.
Fights.
How crazy is that?
I'm surprised. I haven't heard of that before.
No, I've heard of two on a card, but never a three-piece. That's something different.
I'm excited. The first card that we're going to go over is the main event.
Okay.
Bolton?
We just ain't gonna this. Okay, so this one is funny because I've met both of these guys before, and talked to both of these guys before, and it's so funny because they are so polar, complete opposite people. Not just fighting styles, but their personalities.
You met Bolton in person, right?
I met both of them in person. I met Jamahal in Vegas at the Apex, I think, when Hop was fighting. Yeah, Vicente Luque. And then I met Bolton in Austin. We were eating at Terry Black's. Ooh, Lord.
You said he was smiling too much, right?
Bro, I don't think he's capable of smiling. He's the nicest, friendliest dude in the world, but it's almost like he can't, like there's something where he can't all the way smile. But that he's like...
Probably because he's carrying those stone hands all the time. Probably like these are heavy.
Silent assassin. So jumping into that, Jamahal has been... Like, he's been acting like he's had a cheat code. He's got a cheat code going into this fight. He's talking
mad.
A lot of noise. He said it's an easy fight for him.
Easy?
Does it?
Against him?
That's what.
Ask Izzy if that's easy. And he beat him once out of 4 times.
I mean, I'm just saying he said it's going to be an easy fight. I don't know what cheat code or what.
Maybe he's taking some stem cells for breakfast, eating like some Wheaties or something after the Achilles tear.
You know, he started. Have you seen his Instagram? He's been kind of trying to do some Marab impersonations where he's trying to be funny and do skits on there. And there's only one Marab. Marab's, whoever handles his social media, I don't know if it's him or whoever handles his social media is an absolute genius. He and his Instagram are absolutely legendary, epic. Marab, almost every other day, and I'm not a fanboy by any means, but I wake up and I'm like, what has this fool put on there today? Because it's certified it's gonna be a classic. But Jamal, you need to leave that to Marab. Let that man handle all the social media.
And so what you think, the number one contender, you think he has a shot against Bolton? Alex Pereira? It's a tough matchup.
Okay, so Jamal's coming back, man. He's coming back after
Achilles.
over a year, I want to say, with an Achilles tear, which is a tough thing to come back.
He beat Teixeira last year.
Who, oddly enough, Teixeira is actually the coach for Bolton. And so I wonder if he has something that he saw in the last fight against Jamahal. You throw that in, as well as he had an Achilles tear.
You just don't come back as explosive with it, too. I mean, I know
he's been off for a while.
I know, but dude, I know Aaron Rodgers came back in 5 months. We saw this year from an Achilles, but
he didn't come back to play.
I mean, he's 40 years old.
He came back.
Right,
he didn't come back to play.
But he's been off a year. Okay, Achilles is no joke. I mean, you don't got to be running around doing sprints.
Coming
but you got
back
to be
to practice and coming back to the office is a different thing.
Title fight at the office.
That's what I'm saying. You're going 0 to Chris Brown real quick.
I know. And
like that escalated super quick. Like if it was me personally, I would take a comeback fight, get my legs up under me, you know, and this is where no disrespect, I think some guys try to go too quick, and I think he's ultimately gonna.
It's also UFC 300. You get your main event at the pinnacle 300 event.
Yeah, but if
in
you take
T-Mobile.
that L, that means you got more eyes on you getting beat down.
I mean, hopefully you get some sponsorships out of it, no matter what.
I mean, he's gonna get money, but I mean, at what point do you take money to it? You know, it's one of those things. I can't remember who said it on the podcast, but it's like taking one loss in the UFC takes you back 2-3 steps from where you want to be. And so is that money worth taking that L? And I mean, I'm not saying he's going to take L. I mean, if you were to ask me to pick, 100%, I'm going with Periera. 100%.
You think so? What round? It's going the distance?
It really just depends on Jamahal.
How healthy?
I think Jamahal is a better grappler. It depends on if he fights a smart fight or if he does what he's been talking about this whole camp. This whole camp, he's saying, I'm not going to wrestle him, I'm going to knock him out, which usually leads me to a rope-a-dope move, and he's going to do nothing but grappling.
Just take him every time he gets in the corner, just take him down.
I mean,
every time.
I'm just saying, you know, usually when somebody says no, 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 it's usually yes, 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 yes.
I mean, I can't go against the champ either. He's just, the way he carries himself, I think, to me, is what is scary. He's not getting roped into all the noise. He's not trying. I mean, that's not his style, right? And I know Hill's trying to promote this as much as possible because he hasn't had a payday in a while too. I'm sure that's going into his mind. But and
to get some of that extra money.
It's just, dude, coming back at title fight UFC 300 from an Achilles tear, that seems like too much against you. And with the coach that you beat last time is on the opponent's squad.
If he's trying to hype the fight up by these lame skits that he's doing, he's not going to get a sponsorship with that. Again, leave that to
You got to talk to Theo Brown or Theo Vaughn.
No, he needs to leave it to Merab. Merab is the GOAT when it comes to social media. Like, absolute GOAT. Super cool dude Merab is. And his Instagram is legendary. So I'm going Poatan. Who you going?
Oh, Poatan easy. I think round 3.
I don't even think it goes that
knockout.
far. I don't think it goes that far. I think if Jamahal comes in there trying to throw hands,
he's going to catch one.
Yeah, well, and you got to think too. Poatan is really good at calf kicks. You don't think he's going to be calf kicking that Achilles?
That Achilles, yeah, he's going to be making him switch every time.
I mean? Yeah. So it's
just testing it.
I think Jamal's going to try to take him down. I think Poatan has been working with Glover. I'm not going to drop no secrets. We talked to Glover when we were in Miami. We ain't going to drop no secrets, but he's going to be very ready for any takedown attempts. The fight is going to eventually have to stand up. And I think Jamahal stylistically is a rusher, as in he rushes at him. And Poatan is too calculated for that.
Well, I agree with you there. It's going to be easy breezy for them for sure.
It will be a vicious. I'm going to call this. I don't even think it's going to be a knockout. I think it's going to be a head kick. I think it's going to be a kick.
I just hurts thinking about it from him.
Yeah. Ooh. But, you know, next up, we got another title fight.
Weili.
Zhang, you know,
Xiaonan. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Look,
but
I don't want to mess these young ladies' names up, but I'm just gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna cut mine quick.
It's gonna be quick.
This is an easy breezy for me. Weili Zhang,
she's strong. She's picking up Shaq. Did you see that like a month or two ago? Bro, she's picking up Shaq like he was like a piece of paper.
I almost want to call her the Terminator.
Yeah,
she's like a machine. Like,
she's ready to go.
Everything that I've seen, every video, every clip, everything I've seen of her, she is just mastering her craft. And it's not like she's just like, oh, I want to get my strike game up. Oh, I want to get my grapple. But like, she actually is consistently and constantly grappling, consistently and constantly working on her striking. Like, I want to know, does she have a regular life? Weili, we need to get you on Front Porch Chronicles. We need to know more about you, because right now all we know is a machine. But
we know that she's a good finisher, and she'll come at you no matter what.
0 to Chris Brown.
Yes, that's an easy breezy one.
Weili, I think it's going to be devastating. I think it's going to be quick. I think it's not going to be very competitive. Or I'll say it's going to be as competitive as she allows it to be.
Right.
But it's knowing that she's always all about business. I don't think it's going to be.
I think it finishes in 4.
I say 2.
Really? Brings him to the ground.
I think she's going to put hands on her. I think it's going to be all bad for Jan.
Anyways, all right.
How do you say it?
Jinin, I don't even know.
Albert, we giving you a $500 piece if you can say her last name 3 times fast.
Xiaonan.
Yep, you lose. You lose.
All right, this is going to be my favorite fight, I think, of the night. Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway.
This ain't a title, but it's
the BMF title.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
it's a fake title, but it's going to be intense.
I hate fake titles.
I know. They're just. So personally, I'm worried. I'm worried about Max.
Why?
He's coming up weight. Justin Gaethje he's coming off strong against Poirier.
Justin Gaethje is very strong, very technical, very good. I wonder about CTE.
Right.
But Max has been in a lot of bangers as well. You know, the big question is, you know, as they always say, you're asking all the wrong questions. My boy Nate the Train said, you're asking all the UFC, Dana White, the question is on you. Are you gonna let Max Holloway wear the Hawaiian shorts?
Please.
Now let
the luau start.
We've had the camo shorts
with Bryce.
With Bryce, we've let Sean O'Malley wear those hot pink draws. I ain't even gonna call them shorts. Them is draws. I don't see why we can't let this man wear his Hawaiian shorts.
Let him get to his roots.
Max Holloway, my brother, I am co-signing on the Hawaiian shorts. Dana White, UFC, let this man have his Hawaiian shorts. Let him represent. Let him represent.
I know. I want some luau music coming out and just make it a huge event. I know Max is not a talker. Him and Gaethje aren't, but I think it's going to be a big one. I think it's going to be the baddest mother.
It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna come down to Gaethje is strong, and he has.
Do you think Max's cardio is gonna outweigh him?
For me, if I was Max, I would
just take it to 5 rounds.
Yeah, the longer he takes him into deeper water, the better chance he has of beating him. But in that same sense, Gaethje is always dangerous anytime anybody has that type of power. Like, I don't know what that man implanted in his hands. You know, this is the day and age of implants. So I don't know if he had something, and I'm not accusing.
A little injection.
I'm just saying, man, that man has some heavy hands.
He throws them.
His dad had to be a pimp because his pimp hand is way strong. I mean, I don't know his pappy, but man, there was some sort of pimps in his genealogy. Somewhere in his family tree there was, because man, that man's hands are strong. He has one hit knockout power. If it comes down to me, I say Holloway, if he's smart, does what he always does. Use a lot of volume, stick and move, get Gaethje frustrated, get him throwing some wild shots, get him a little bit tired, get him a little bit frustrated, get him into the 4th and 5th round, and then
go to town.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Your team Max?
I mean, I'm Holloway just because I feel like he can stretch him out. And I feel like that cardio is a major thing. And I think Gaethje in the past, watching his fights, he wears down. Anytime when you have somebody that muscular, people always ask me with the fight game and stuff, they're like, oh man, he's so built, he's so strong.
You got to carry that weight.
Oxygen has to pump to that. And it's like, eventually, after 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, all of that becomes way more difficult. And so I'm going Holloway. I like Gaethje.
I gotta go Gaethje.
No disrespect. No disrespect. I love Gaethje. I love the power. But I'm going. Who?
Yeah, I gotta take Gaethje. It's just for him to go up 10 pounds. I know he's walking around that weight, but it's gonna be different. His cardio is gonna be a little bit slower because I know you can train, get ready for it during camp. It's just this. The last time he fought, he lost too. I don't know. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a great match, though.
It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a coin flip on
I think so too.
On who takes it. I just hope Holloway doesn't try to bang with him because
It's gonna be a long night.
Gaethje it ain't gonna be no long night. It's gonna be a long night of sleep if you try to get in there and fight with Gaethje. That man has got, I'm telling you, I don't know.
The NyQuil at home.
Bro, I don't know what he has in his hands, but it's dynamite. It is dynamite in there, man. Next up, this one is actually low key between me and you. This is the fight that I'm super interested in and that has my attention. I saw Arman actually fight in Austin when he beat Benny. I don't want to say lucky. I think he threw something that came through. He landed, he won. Do I think that he beats Benny again? 2 out of 3? I don't think it happens.
So you're telling me that this one's going to be easy for Charles?
I don't think anything. It's the fight game. Right. There ain't no such thing as easy. You know what I mean? But what I will tell you is this. Charles Oliveira, the Bronx, is an absolute menace to the fight game. He can grapple. He can strike. And by striking, I'm not talking about just hands. That man throws elbows.
Everything.
Everything literally, he might throw that at you. You add in, he just found out that he's having a son. Congrats, Charles the Bronx. He's having his first son. You throw that in. And I think
something to fight for a little bit more, just a little bit more.
You see what I'm saying? It don't take much. It's just a little sprinkle of something that you need to have on there. I think also Arman's been talking a lot of noise about Oliveira being one-dimensional, which I don't know what kind of wacky tobacco he's on. But I ain't never seen Charles DuBronx Oliveira be one-dimensional ever. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, he only takes people's back. Well, bro, when he's putting people on the mat, and I ain't talking about just takedowns, I'm talking about hands, kicks, and whatever. Yeah, he gets on top. I mean, and
he's gonna win. He's gonna finish the position.
I mean, and the disrespect. He said there's nothing special. Like, this man is a former champion, #1 contender, and
he's trying to get in his head, but it ain't gonna work.
He said something about pulling guard. I'm like, bro, do you think that man's gonna pull guard? It's not.
No, he's gonna come out your throat.
So
maybe he's trying to incentivize him to come out.
Look, but you can't. Again, this man is a certified Brazilian. Like, he not just a regular Brazilian. He ain't just. This man is certified and about that, like, tried and true. Like, this ain't just, oh, yeah, he hadn't really been around. This man has been around, shown it, walked it like he talked it. So I'm going Charles Oliveira. I think it's going to be pretty quick.
It's a 3-round fight, isn't it?
I don't think it's going to matter. I
think just because it's 3, it's going to go the distance. Unanimous decision for sure for Charles.
I think Arman's going to come in there and he's going to try to bang and he's going to get put to sleep.
Well, he's got to do something.
If I was Oliveira, after I put him to sleep, I would take his back.
Just on principle.
just because he said all he does is take his back. But that's gonna be the fight that I'm gonna be.
That's your highlight one?
I mean, not that I'm not.
They're all going to be great.
They're all gonna be great. But I think that one specifically.
Yeah, I wonder if I don't remember when the UFC Brazil one is. Is he gonna have time to
301?
Yeah. Is he gonna have time to fight? Probably not, huh?
No.
No, it's too soon.
Oh, it depends. It depends. I think.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna win convincingly quickly, and so he might can turn around. We'll see. It's a quick turnaround. Next up, we got one that's super controversial.
Very. He kicked off someone else off the main card.
You know what? This is gonna come across. I'm gonna come across super disrespectful, and I'm not really trying to. I'm not the disrespectful type. It's nothing but love. I don't think that Bo Nickal should be on the main card
Of UFC 300, the pinnacle.
Here's the thing, right? He 5 fights in, right? He's won those convincing, but who's he beat? Nobody. Now here, let me answer for you. Nobody.
Yeah.
He's fighting Cody Brundage. No disrespect, but obviously Vegas sees something that we don't. And so what is that? He's what? Let me see. He's what? Minus
1,400.
Minus 1,400
today.
underdog as of today. Minus 1,400 underdog. Vegas is pretty much saying, here's some syrup. Here's your ice cream. Here's some syrup. You know what? Do you want toppings? All the free toppings.
You want some whipped cream?
Yeah. And so I wonder, is the UFC trying to push?
I like Bo Nickal. I don't know.
I like him. I'm not. There's again, no disrespect. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter. I'm not saying that he. I think that a matchup with somebody that is a minus 1,400. You're a minus 1,400 favorite. You've only fought 5 fights. I'm gonna jump into the next fight, right? First of all, I'm gonna say Bo Nickal just because I don't do drugs. So I'm gonna say Bo Nickal. That's an easy. Vegas sees it.
Yeah.
But the disrespect to the next fight, the last prelim fight, Aljo fighting Calvin Kattar. The UFC fan base in particular is very, very, very hard to please. They're very, very confrontational, very, very trollish. You notice most of them hide behind fake names, fake accounts, fake pictures, cowards. But Aljo has never gotten the respect that he deserves. This man is a former champion. Didn't get a run it back fight that he should have got. Disrespect. And probably isn't gonna make another run because Merab is his boy. And so he kind of passed the torch off to Merab to go
go the route.
Go the route. Which big ups to Aljo for me, for doing that. And Merab too. To have that type of brotherhood, to have that type of, love for one another, to say, hey, brother, I'm going to sit back in the wings and let you do your thing, and then vice versa. That to me is a special type of relationship.
Like Ricky Bobby at the end, he's like, I'll let you win, Kyle.
You see what I'm saying? Like that is to me, but I don't feel like Aljo has ever gotten the respect that he deserves. And I don't know why that is.
I mean, maybe because he's not as flashy, he doesn't talk a lot. I don't know what it is, but the fact that he even got disrespected on UFC 300, I know they're pushing a narrative for sure that Bo Nickal might be the next thing, but Still, just
Yeah,
just a lot of disrespect.
so going into that, Aljo destroys Kattar, and still, again, I don't think he'll get the respect that he deserves. But Aljo, my brother, you got respect from me, and you are always welcome to come on Front Porch Chronicles. Hey, you and Marab, bro. What kind of dynamic duo would that be? The dynamic duo with the dynamic duo? What would that be? A fearsome? That would be a fearsome foursome.
Oh,
I came,
sure.
I came with that off the top. No, I'm not a rapper, but I do have lyrics. I mean, I'm just saying.
I know, and they were training back in Vegas with some of our boys too.
Yeah, man. It's I know Artem's been training, Afonseca has been training with them. That dude, Artem. I'm telling you now, I tell him all the time, that dude is going to be colossal. We're working on some things behind the scenes, mad scientist stuff, to get him fast tracked to the UFC. He'll be there soon enough. And like I told him, Artem Afonseca will one day be a world champion. Write it down, take a picture. I'm guaranteeing it right now. It will happen.
He has all the right stuff, and he's training with the right people, with Aljo and Marab. So he's in the right hands.
Man, and bigger than that, his mindset, the person that he is, and his work ethic, hands down, will be a champion. Next up, we have the preacher's daughter, Holm, and Kayla Harrison.
I didn't realize how. Okay, no disrespect. I didn't realize how old Holm was. She's 42 now. I mean, she looks good. I mean, she can still kick everybody's butt.
Did you just call Holm old?
I'm just saying, for a fighter,
Holly, I think you're beautiful. Hey, I'm not gonna. Why you gotta say that?
Dude, I think she's gonna win still, but it's still crazy.
I think
you're fighting at that age.
Yeah, she is an absolute savage fighter. I love her. Instagram is actually pretty dope. I think Harrison's making her 135-pound
debut in the
UFC. She's a two-time Olympic gold medalist, two-time PFL champion. But I'll just be honest with you, bruh.
It's Holly.
No disrespect. This ain't the PFL.
No.
No disrespect to the PFL. I'm just telling you now, Holm is a different beast within itself. Athletically, mentally, she's been tried and true. She's fought all of the OGs. She's fought the best of the best. If you were to look at her resume,
Rondo,
bro, you would be naming off every fighter ever to come through there. She's never shied away from them. So I'm gonna go
Holm easily.
I think it's gonna be I'm gonna go. I don't know why I'm on these head kicks. I'm having a feeling about a head kick. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go head kick.
I mean, if you keep going for it, it'll be right?
I mean that, or it might be a knee, because Kayla's gonna be shooting in. Maybe she sneaks a little knee action in, and who you got?
I got Holly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. She's just way quicker. She's gonna have speed on her side, and yeah.
Next up, early prelims. We got, man, how stacked is this card that we're talking about? These are the prelims and the early prelims.
We got some good ones here.
These are straight up dogs. We haven't named a lame duck yet. Next up, we got Bobby Green, OG Bobby Green from the IE, representing against Jim Miller.
2 UFC veterans.
Miller is 37-17. That's 47. Man.
He's been fighting forever.
Woo. 26-16 in the UFC.
Most fight victories in the UFC.
He just submitted Gabriel in 234.
And he's also older up there too. 40 years old, still fighting in the best card of the year.
Earning 50K bonuses on 15 of his fights. How crazy. That lets you know he comes to bang.
He's ready.
But it's OG Bobby Green. And I kind of get worried with OG Bobby Green about the knockout he had with Jalin. And you know, I'm weird because I've had I've had CTE symptoms from a concussion, and so I know how discombobulated and how that complicates things. So I'm curious to see, bouncing back from his fight with Jalin, how he comes out. But I'm going to take Bobby Green. I like Bobby Green. I've always liked Bobby Green. The only time I couldn't pull for Bobby Green was when he was fighting my boy, Jalin the Tarantula Turner.
You can't fight. He's too lengthy.
That's only because that's my dog. So, you know, I hope, Bobby, you
understand. Yeah.
Understand. But, you know, Jalen's my dog. So, I had to roll with him. But I'm going to go with OG Bobby Green.
So we're going to be on opposite ends on this one. I'm going to go most fights. I want to see history, honestly. So I'm a little bit biased. I want to see Jimbo take it to him. And this one might be interesting too, because they're both killers.
Both of them are not going to shy away from throwing hands. If you were to ask me what fight is going to be the fight of the night.
You think this one?
This one or the next one that we're going to talk about? This one is.
You want to intro it?
This one is going to be
started off
a banger. But I'm going to say Bobby Green. You're going.
I'm going to go Jim Miller for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for this next one though. Like you said, we kind of introed it a little bit before.
Next up, this one is an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a very tactical fight. I feel like they're not going to come at each other until the last round.
No, I think it's going to be very slow. So this is why. Shout out Jalin the Tarantula Turner, my dog. Versus Moicano. This one is actually super interesting to me because Moicano has talked a lot of smack. And it's like, I don't want to be disrespectful, but like, bro, what have you really done?
He can take punches. I remember against Hoff. He took that fight last minute too, and he stood up there.
Bro, when I was at Hoff's house back for this last fight camp, I saw we were getting some of his gloves and wraps and shorts and stuff. We were getting them put into the cases, and one of them was from the fight against Moicano,
March 3rd.
Bruh.
Yeah, 22.
DNA is still all over them gloves. Man, the shorts, everything. And so he's talked a lot of trash. Jalin is not a trash talker at all. He is actually one of the most humble, nicest dudes.
Loves to skateboard.
Loves his reptiles. Loves his kids. One of the biggest things about him really has nothing to do with fight. Like, he's a super good father to his kids. He always has them with him. Work ethic is impeccable. Just a super solid guy. And so I hate Moicano is talking greasy because it's going to end up being a bad day for him. I think both of them are going to come out very, I don't want to say hesitant, but I think both of them are going to be very calculated.
Right.
I think both of them are going to be.
Yeah, I think they're going to be filling each other out for a little bit. It's
going to be at least a round of filling each other out. And it's interesting because, Jalin at number 10, Moicano at number 13. This is a big fight for both of them because it jumps them up in the ranking. But also with Moicano, it's weird because he's been talking all this smack, but then also he's been talking a lot about retiring and becoming a police officer. And so it's almost like,
It's his last hurrah. You know, he's trying to hype it up.
well, either that or he's got ADHD. Like, I no disrespect, but like, he's all over the place with his stuff. Like, he's talking smack and money Moicano. And then on the flip side of that, he's talking about retiring and becoming a police officer in politics. And I'm like, bro, are we talking about fighting? Or are we talking about politics? Or are we talking about the police? Like, I don't even understand what we're trying to accomplish here.
I think he's just trying to end it on a good note. It's UFC 300. He's trying to, you know, get the crowd involved and trying to get more and more people to watch him.
Yeah, I think
time.
he's gonna try a lot of takedowns. Hoffa, when we talked about each other knowing Jalin, he said Jalin is like a cat. It's very hard to take him down. I don't think Moicano is going to take him down. If they stand up,
I was like, isn't he way taller than him too?
if Jalin uses his length and strikes at a distance and keeps it tactical, which I'm pretty sure that he is, it's going to be a convincing victory. I think Moicano is trying to talk greasy to Jalin because I think he's trying to turn it into a dirty boxing, dirty match that way, just because I think in his mind, he knows that's the only way
He can win. He's got to close that distance. If he can take him down, it'll make it a little bit more interesting. But I know Jalen's going to do his best. I mean, we've seen him before time and time again.
I'm going to call it's going to be an elbow. I want to say head kick, but I've already used head kick twice. I'm figuring if I say head kick on every fight, one of those head kicks are going to land. And then
put it all in black.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like roulette. I'm going to go put it all on black with head kick. But I'm going to go elbow. I'm going to say Jalin by stoppage. It won't go the distance. Round 2.
So we went through all the picks. Do you think this is going to be the greatest?
Who you got?
Oh, I got Jalin. Easy breezy.
Okay.
I thought
I was going to say we were going to have to spar if you didn't.
No, I was like easy breezy round 2.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to be the greatest UFC fight of all time?
At 299 was lit.
It was really good with Porch.
But I was kind of let down with that main event.
Yeah.
Just because I felt like I wanted Cheeto to win. And so I was kind of let down with that. Hoffa ended up losing, so I was kind of bummed about that. So this fight card is stacked. 301. We'll see. Everybody's saying it's mid. I think it's got the possibility to maybe be legit, but I would say as of right now, 300 to me,
it's going to live up to the hype. I'm wondering what they're going to do before to kind of prep for it, if they're going to do any theatrics, you know, because
I don't think you really need. Jamal's been trying to do theatrics with those skits and stuff, but I don't think there's any theatrics needed. I think it's going to go down in Vegas 300. I think it's going to be legit. We're gonna post our picks. If you want to post your picks down below, let's have a contest. Let's see who can have the better picks, us or you. I mean,
I think
mine is better than yours, but I mean, hey, we're gonna have to.
I think my picks are pretty good.
I
didn't do leg kick for every single one.
Hey, leg kicks are gonna land. There would be a lot of.
There's a lot of kickboxers in there, so I guess you have the odds on me.
Hey, see? Play the odds. Always play the odds. Well, guys, post your picks down below, and we will see you guys post UFC 300 so we can compare the picks and talk about who is the ultimate BMF at the end to this one. We're signing off. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great rest of your day.